Artificial intelligence, AI, is rewriting the rules of accounting. It's already changing how firms work, hire, compete, run their everyday tasks. But here's the truth. AI is not coming for your job. It's coming for your tasks. It's coming for the stuff that you do. It's coming for the outcomes, the results that you generate. Professionals who master all the AI stuff are going to be the ones that are left standing when the dust settles. It sounds quite dramatic, and the big four are betting billions on AI. PwC, Deloitte, EY, KPMG, they've all gone all in. I'm Rob Brown, host of the Accounting Voices podcast network. Artificial intelligence, AI, is rewriting the rules of accounting. It's already changing how firms work, hire, compete, run their everyday tasks. But here's the truth. AI is not coming for your job. It's coming for your tasks. It's coming for the stuff that you do. It's coming for the outcomes, the results that you generate. And professionals who master all the AI stuff are going to be the ones that are left standing when the dust settles. It sounds quite dramatic. I'm Rob Brown, host of the Accounting Voices podcast network. We have a few shows here, and this is our flagship show where I share with accounting professionals, finance professionals, and the tech people that surround them and serve them, and the coaches, consultants, trainers, all of them in this accounting space, how to stay relevant and competitive and visible in a fast-changing world. And today we're talking about the rise of artificial intelligence, AI, in accounting. And I'm going to camp here for a few weeks on this show. It's a weekly show, comes out every Tuesday, YouTube channel as well, on all the podcast platforms. We have thousands of downloads every month, and it's a very popular show. And we're going to hit AI because it's the elephant in the room, isn't it? We're going to talk about where it's working, where it's failing, and what it means for you as an individual. You probably heard it said, AI won't replace accountants, but accountants who use AI will replace the accountants that don't. That's the soundbite for you. It's a reality check, isn't it? Let's hit you with some facts. Despite all the hype, as research sources say, around 8-10% of accounting firms are currently using generative AI tools. They're currently using it well. Another 30% say they plan to, but that's it. So most firms don't have a plan at all. So yeah, it's an AI revolution, but it seems to be still waiting at the door. On the classic adoption curve, we know that accounting as a breed, as a species, laggards, late adopters. There are a few entrepreneurial accountants who are doing some amazing things, both within firms and for their own firms, but the revolution is still waiting to come in and knocking at the door. The hype for AI in accounting is global and it's extensive, but the adoption is local and it's painfully slow. However, the early adopters are seeing the real gains. They're getting ahead of the curve, and studies show that accountants using AI, they produce more detailed reports, they close books much faster. These firms are embracing it to find the time to think and advise and lead, not just reconcile, not just look back historically. We did a series recently on this Accounting Voices podcast about the move from compliance to counsel and how you got to move out of the advisory space, because if you don't, you're going to be irrelevant, you're going to be invisible. So AI is not going to take away your thinking. If you use it right, it's going to give you time to do more and better thinking. The evidence is in the big four. Let's look at the big four. I know they're not completely representative. The thousands of accountants out there that are in smaller firms, but they give us a steer, don't they? They give us a feel for the direction of travel. And the big four are betting billions on AI. PwC, Deloitte, EY, KPMG, they've all gone all in, double down on AI platforms. PwC have built internal tools that boost developer productivity. So they're in building mode, they're in developing mode by up to 50%. Deloitte has launched its own AI agents. That's the contract review. EY is embedding machine learning into audit testing. So it's starting to permeate every aspect of accounting. And these big firms are not just experimenting, they are industrializing. That's how I view it. And when the biggest accounting firms move from pilots to platforms, we know that the future has arrived. They're showing us where it's going to go. And these investments are not just about efficiency, they're about survival. They're about staying in the game and staying relevant and protecting margins and grow it. We're all up for growth, aren't we? And each accounting firm in the Big Four and all the others, they know that the next generation of clients coming through, and these clients, these entrepreneurs, these business owners, they're getting younger. They're in the TikTok generation. They're in the AI generation, the digital natives. These clients expect answers faster. They want insights that are deeper, and they want fees that are more reasonable. The only way to do that and preserve margins is with AI. It makes it all possible, but only if the humans in charge know how to use it. Let's talk about talent for a moment. We know that AI is shaping the workforce. I've gone on the record with this show to say how it's undermining the entry-level work in accounting, the grunt work, a lot of the automation. I'm a former high school math teacher. I'm a part qualified accountant. So I've never been an accountant in practice, but I talk to them a lot. And that's what you cut your teeth, wasn't it? They may have chained you to a desk for a few years and then moved you out in front of clients, but that's where you earned your stripes, if you like, and you got that experience. But if AI is doing all of that, what are these grads and new entrants to the profession doing? So if AI is reshaping the workforce, what are the stats? Nearly half of accounts payable staff now fear layoffs. That's up from 27%, so that's pretty much doubled. PwC says it's going to hire fewer new graduates in audit and tax. Now, in the past, that's been the aspirational vision, isn't it, for grads to get in a Big Four and earn the big bucks, or at least get some wonderful experience. If their hiring's going down, what's going to happen to that lower end? KPMG and others have already trimmed thousands of jobs. This has been in the news last 12, 24 months. So this isn't new. What are we saying here? AI isn't eliminating the work. It's just eliminating the easy work. It's just eliminating the grunt work, the automatable work, the lower level work. These entry-level roles, the traditional training ground for these young accountants, they're disappearing. And that means the profession's going to rethink how it grows talent, because without that lower level of the pyramid, where's the middle management coming from? Where's the experienced 5, 10, 15-year professionals? Where are they coming from as you gravitate towards partner? That's a succession issue, isn't it? We used to start with spreadsheets, and now we start with strategy. We used to start with the menial tasks, if you want to call them that. Yes, requiring a huge amount of technical knowledge, but we had calculators, didn't we? And we had spreadsheets, but now it's a different game as you come into accounting. And the smart firms, the entrepreneurial accountants out there, they are not waiting. They are retraining. They are reskilling. They're turning their bookkeepers into analysts, and they're turning their analysts into advisors. And the message is clear for you as an individual. If you want career insurance, you've got to learn how AI actually fits into your job, into the numbers, into the client demands. If you don't do that, you are going to become irrelevant. Because in a world of automation, your human judgment is your job security and your competitive advantage. There are lots of things AI can't do, and that's what you've got to double down on. Yes, get AI, because to stay in the game, you've got to be AI fluent, but you've got to capitalize on what AI can't do. And human relationships are complex, they're emotional, and this is where accountants have a massive advantage, because put that together with AI and you are truly the trusted advisors. When we talk about talent, the middle market as well in accounting firms, and even the tech vendors, they are massively expected to adopt AI. But the message is mixed, isn't it? The smaller firms are cautious. They don't necessarily have the money to invest in AI. The software vendors are pushing ahead. They're doing a lot of R&D. Xero launched its AI assistant, JAX. Intuit is building a digital team of AI agents. Sage has a co-pilot in development. So these vendors are in play. They're pushing it. Accountants struggle sometimes with buying tech. If they see something that has AI integrated, do they really know what that means? Does it mean a chatbot or a bit of data scraping, or is it a lot more? So there's a lot happening in this space. The results are mixed at best. We still know that some tools hallucinate. You probably know that phrase now, AI, ChatGPT, hallucination. Some misread invoices. Some are making very basic errors and can be brilliant one day and broken the next day and forget everything you've taught it already. A lot of mid-tier firms are dipping their toes in. They are trying AI for invoicing, processing, tax prep, client reports, and the early feedback is positive. It is giving results. There's less admin, there's a faster turnaround, there's better insight, but there is a big warning. These tools only amplify the data that you feed them. You may have heard that phrase, garbage in, garbage out. Or I heard it tweaked recently, garbage in, garbage everywhere. AI is not a magic wand in accounting. It is the magnifying glass. It will amplify the good things that you're already doing if you can capitalize it. Let's talk about leadership for a moment. We've hit the ground level, the entry level. We talked about the middle market, about the true users of it. But when you're in a leadership position, AI has become a leadership issue, not a tech issue. You've got to, in it, your CFO role, your decision-making role, your partnership role, your ownership roles. No one's saying you have to be coding and you have to be a real geek. But if you lead people, you're already leading technology. Every CEO has to now be a CTO. You've got to be familiar with it. So you do need to be asking yourself, where can AI improve our accuracy and our efficiency? Where does it create risk? Who in our team is using it responsibly? Who are the champions of it? And who's being left behind? And that's not an age thing either. There's people of all ages are doing well with AI, and people of all ages are struggling with it. But you can't ignore these questions. If you do, it's professional negligence. The world is changing and you're going to get left behind. In fact, the firms that wait for certainty are going to be overtaken by the firms and the individuals that start with curiosity. So here's what you should do now. On this Accounting Voices podcast, we always try and give you practical applications to apply what I've shared with you to your job on an everyday basis, to stay relevant, to stay informed, to stay competitive, and to lead better. So let's make it practical. 3 moves that you can do to future-proof your career and to lead better with yourself and your firm in this age of AI. Number 1, experiment safely. So yes, you can delegate AI, but you've got to explore it yourself. Otherwise, there's a black box there that people are playing with, and you don't know what's in the black box. So you've got to explore it. You've got to use ChatGPT or Copilot or Gemini or anything else that you're working on real but low-risk tasks. Learn its strengths, learn its blind spots. You can't manage what you don't understand. You can't delegate what you don't understand. So experiment safely is practical application number 1. Number 2 is upskill and reskill. They say that even technical skills in accounting become irrelevant every 2 years. That may vary depending on the technical and the technological skill, but every accountant needs to know how to prompt and verify and communicate AI-assisted insights. So for yourself and your team, you've got to make training part of the professional development plans and set expectations and set an example if you're in a leadership role. Application number 3 is lead the conversation. So bring AI into your client and team discussions. You've got to be honest and truthful and realistic about how automation changes value and how AI is changing the game in your pricing, in your delivery. Visibility comes from thought leadership. So talk about it. Be public on it. Share the journey. Be the one who asks better questions, not the one who hides from the answers and waits for everyone else to come up with the answers. The future belongs to people that are visible, not the ones that are invisible. You can be technologically world-class, but if you're not sharing this, if you're not spreading that knowledge that you've got on the application and mentoring and coaching others and setting an example, it's a one-way trip to oblivion, isn't it? So AI is not the end of accounting. It's the beginning of intelligent accounting. It's the beginning of a new type of accountants. So stay curious, stay visible, and stay vocal. That's the message always in this show. This is Accounting Voices. I am Rob Brown. Each week we help you stay relevant, competitive in this accounting world that is being reshaped by technology. It's being reshaped by private equity and consolidation. If you found this useful, subscribe to Accounting Voices on YouTube. Follow me on LinkedIn. We have an Accounting Voices company page, and we share a lot of stuff that goes on in the podcast and some of these conversations. So join our Accounting Voices newsletter for updates and upcoming panels. We're bringing out 2 brand new monthly podcasts that are going to be panel-based, video-based. One is going to be called Accounting AI. The other is going to be called Accounting A. And I'm putting together a roster of experts that are really doing this in the AI space and in the NA space. So if that's you, or you know people that might want to take part in those panels, we're going to have 48 speakers and experts on those over the next 12 months. So reach out to me on that. But until next time, remember, change is hard, but not changing is harder. Have a great day.